Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 212. It's your boy A-Dub.
Your boy Striz, what up, SLAC family? Welcome back, baby.
Back in the building for another episode. And, we got a couple people in the building already. As always, we always want to say, thank you guys for being a part of the show. We love to have you guys contribute to the show. So keep the comments coming, the likes. That's really helpful. And yeah, we're excited for you to be here with us. Strizzy, how you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? I started, not started, but I changed up my workout regimen. And yesterday was the first day of the new routine, if you will. So I'm a little sore today, but other than that, I'm Gucci, man. What about you?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling great. Lots of fun stuff going on this weekend. Wanted to say a big shout out to Augie Boy for his birthday. We missed that last week, but yeah, no, things are good. Time is moving fast as always. But that's what's up, man, about the workout routine, switching it up. And, if you're sore, then that means you're making progress. So congrats on that, dog. I need to get myself somewhere near a gym, not even in. Let's just start with going near one.
let's just start outside.
Exactly. Well, all right. That's what's up. Let's do a quick check-in, and then we'll get started. We got Moms in the building. Happy Tuesday. We got Pops. We got Anthony Weston. We're going to haul him. Howdy. We got Unc from Texas, and we got Kelly, and we got Grace. Welcome all. Thank you guys for being here, and everybody else. Drop a comment. Let us know you're here. Yeah, let's get this thing rocking. Let's go ahead and hit the ground running. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL Talk. We're going to go ahead and pull up the graphics. But actually, real quick, before we do, we got to add another member to our panel right quick. We got our brother in the building. Mad Marcus, what's good? Where you at?
Man, I think I'm lagging, man.
Oh, maybe a little bit. I see you okay. Yeah. I see the brick wall. But
yeah, I have some trouble. If you can't, y'all can't hear me, I'm gonna log it back in and so I see that it works.
Okay. All right, cool. No problem. We got you on there for at least a minute though. And the voice was sounded very smooth. That's
right. Voice was cool, but I couldn't see him moving.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll see if we can add another member to our panel right now. But going ahead and jumping in with NFL Talk, a couple of, this is the big thing going on, but a couple of the bigger stories from the weekend. Definitely got to say, shouts out, man, and bad luck to Nick Chubb. That was definitely unfortunate with his season-ending injury. And also I have to mention a member of your Panthers too, Shaq Thompson. But both of these guys going down last night too, yeah. So your thoughts on those injuries though?
Yeah, man, it was really, really rough. Like obviously both teams losing two of their best players. You know what I'm saying? Like the Browns literally lost their best player, and we lost probably our third best player on defense. You know what I'm saying? Behind only Burns and Jeremy Chin. So rough on both sides. I will say though, like the Minkah Fitzpatrick hit, I felt like that was so incredibly uncalled for. Somebody who plays corner and safety in high school and college. I feel like when you're going full speed, like sometimes there are certain plays where it's like you're already at a point where you can't let up, but that play wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he did it maliciously, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that he did it purposely. You know what I mean? But again, not maliciously. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do it to hurt him. But
he was doing,
like Nick Chubb already had the pile on him. Like what he should have done is he should have jumped on top to add extra weight to get him down. But the way he ran through and literally went at the knee when his knees or his legs already planted, I think everybody in the world knew like it was broke. You know what I mean? Like immediately. So again, I don't think Minkah did it maliciously to actually like do that specifically to Nick Chubb, but I just think he wasn't thinking, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't thinking, and it's so unfortunate, man. Like I'm curious to see. I hope there's not like a fine or a suspension, only because, like I said, I know it wasn't malicious, but I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But like you said, definitely knew it was serious. Both of these guys being carted off. But yeah, Nick Chubb, just like the way he went down, that was really tough to see. And also just, we hate to see injuries anytime, but so early in the season, and especially with that being such a vital piece for the Browns, man. After that, the pass rush was unleashed. We'll talk more about it, but that just changed the whole game, definitely. But the other big story actually coming in today after the weekend's games is Patrick Mahomes, the new money man, the new highest paid NFL player. And it's so funny. I feel like every 2 or 3 weeks we have another guy resetting the market, but this time, no doubt the best quarterback in the league right now. He's going to make $218 million over the next 4 years, and they're saying that still might not even be enough for his true value. But what do you think about that, Strizzy?
Hats off to, I think more so hats off to the Kansas City Chiefs organization. They realize who they have at quarterback. They realize they have the best quarterback, honestly, probably ever. You know what I mean? In terms of talent, obviously the accolades aren't done yet, but in terms of talent, he might be the best quarterback ever. You know what I'm saying? So kind of hats off for an organization finally, doing what's important, right? Taking care of your guy, taking care of the dude who's got you 2 championships in the last, 4 years, 5 years. Kind of crazy though, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they could use a little help on the offensive side of the ball. you know what I'm saying? Like right now, like as good as he is, the Kansas City Chiefs just don't look scary right now. You know what I mean? But hats off to them for taking care of their guy. We don't see enough of that in the NFL specifically. You know what I mean? So hats off for them for taking care of their guy again. You know what I'm saying? A second time around.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he was the first one to kind of reset it in recent years, and then now he's going back up again. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. Like the thing is, they could probably use some other weapons, but the fact that they have Andy Reid and that coaching staff, like they can always make do with less. But I do think that if he wasn't in the same position, he might not be able to be paid that much if he wanted to remain competitive. We've seen definitely other top guys, veterans, like later stages in their career, take pay cuts. He's still very young, and he's still on pace to do a lot of things. So maybe later he'll take the pay cuts, but for right now, gotta say that's what's up for him getting his money for sure. So, all right, I'm gonna bring Marcus back in right quick. Let's see, because we need to get his thoughts about this too. But Marcus, what's good?
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
You
cool.
good?
I missed how long you guys talking about right now. You talking about Mahomes?
Yeah, just the Mahomes, the new contract, and like if you think, what you think about that?
Well, he got an extension.
Yeah, so he got a 4-year extension. He's now going to make $218 million over the next 4 years, which like trumps Jackson and
Hurts
and the other guys. Hurts, yeah, everybody basically just makes him the highest paid player per year.
Okay, he deserves it. I think that's cool, and yeah, you got to do that. So that's all you need to say about that. That's good. He deserves it.
Yeah, I feel it. Pops says Chiefs said that they will continue to do this to make sure he gets paid. Anthony Weston in due time waited till the QB landscape settled. Yeah, so to make sure that he was kind of on top. That's what's up, though. I do think, he is worth it. But we'll see how it kind of shakes out. Let's jump over to the scoreboard. We just got our assortment of games, but I wanted to call out a few and then just see what you guys thought, and then we'll do a little game here in a second. But the big one for me last night definitely was the Browns-Pittsburgh. Man, I was really rooting for the Browns. And just the way Chubb went out, they did become one-dimensional after that, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like a tough one to see, but that was actually a really fun, competitive game.
Ford didn't do too bad, though, coming in second string. I think he held it down. I think he got the yard that Chubb probably would have got, too. So I think it was just they try to play conservative. I think they should have kept doing that thing to win that game. They could have won that game easily. The Steelers giving it to them. I just think they made too many turnovers to sustain the game.
Yeah, I know it was it was scary seeing Deshaun Watson run for his life at the end of that game.
He was have y'all ever seen a quarterback get called for face mask before? Like he got called for twice. Like
I know, I've never seen that. It must be an emphasis.
And he must be strong because them dudes, he was throwing them to the ground. Like he threw one dude to the Gatorade one time on the sideline, and the other guy threw to the ground. I'm like, dang, he must got some strength, dog. So that was I just never seen that before. That was kind of those are two key
big penalties.
He got to. I think those could have helped them at least get some points on the board. They would have won that game, but it was just kind of I don't know what he was doing.
Right. And you gave up 2 touchdowns for scores on defense, basically, to the Steelers. So that was the big difference for sure.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, we had a doubleheader, which is part of a new experiment we'll talk about in a second. But Strizzy, your team was on the other Monday Night Football game last night. What did you think about their performance against the Saints?
Same old. Kind of sucks, man. Like I feel like it's kind of funny because he hasn't been on the team for so long, but it really gives me another found like respect for Cam. You know what I'm saying? Like at no point in time in Cam's career did he ever have a good offensive line, no real receivers, like nothing like that. But he still won. He still made, did what he can do best, right? But like I still think that we should have gone with Wilkes. I think Wilkes did such a good job last year, and not only ending the season strong, but it gave the players hope again, and the players were riding for him to get the job, and it did happen. Right. And I understand that Bryce Young is young, you know what I mean, and he's a rookie, and hopefully he'll figure things out. But like right now, he looks scared. Like he actually looks scared. Like his face, like on the sidelines when he's in the game, when he's coming out, he looks terrified. Like he actually looks scared. So I don't know what's going on. Reich said he still doesn't want to give up play calling opportunities to the OC, which, in my opinion, if you have an OC, like why are they not calling the plays? You know what I mean? But they still just look bad. Like they actually don't look any different from when Matt Rule was coaching. Honestly, like
the beginning of last year.
It's first down run, second down run, third down pass. First down run, second down run, third down pass. Like there's no, you know what I mean? But it's easy to cool. We're clog the box, and then double team your receivers. Like they didn't roll Bryce Young out more than one time, I think, yesterday. And when they did roll him out, we ended up like a 17-yard pass to Chark. So it's like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing to help your quarterback be successful. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing coaching wise in order to get your receivers open. If your receivers are struggling to get separation, find plays to get them open so that they don't have
do
to
something.
You know what I'm saying? Like good coaches do that. Like Mike McDaniels from the Dolphins, he's excellent at doing that. Shanahan's excellent at doing that. Like watch some of those guys; they're so good at getting their wide receivers open, whether they're good at running routes or not. So right now it's still just a shit show. You know what I mean? But I think for Panthers fans, I've been like watching all around. I think they're just like we have nothing to be excited about. You know what I mean? It's like we have the first overall pick, but as of right now, the two quarterbacks that were drafted after him both look better than he is.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 weeks, but still.
Yeah. I turned it on late too. What? Why was Sam Darnold in the game for? Did I miss something? It must have been an old clip then or something, huh?
Yeah. Because Sam Darnold's on the 49ers.
I'm tripping. I'm like, I just thought about that. I'm like, what? What am I talking about? Probably. What's Sam Darnold doing? Okay, it must have been. I'm tripping. My bad, y'all.
But yeah, I was going to mention too, though, the other quarterbacks, Jersey, like you were talking about, the Colts and the Texans. That was the two young quarterbacks going against each other. But it's tough. Our boy Anthony Richardson went out of the game with a concussion. This is the second week in a row he's gone out of the game.
Yep.
And I just guess
it's strong too.
I know he's looking so good, but I guess his playing style is going to get him hurt. He's like a new, like how RG3 was going out every other week or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They got to figure that out because he can pass the ball. Before he went out, he was like 5 of 6 for 60. You know what I mean? Plus the 2 touchdowns. They just got to figure out how to protect him better.
Yeah. Oh, Pops has got some hope for you, Strizzy. He says much better effort than under Rule. Rookie quarterback, all new receivers, O-line struggling, but I see a good team. So maybe it'll just take a little bit of time to work out.
I'm hoping, Pops. I'm definitely hoping. I want to see something different. You know, like this O-line is the same O-line we had last year. Like we literally brought everybody back, and to see them the last games that Wilkes took over, we had the best offensive line for the last 6 or 7 games of the season. We had the most rushing yards for the last 6 or 7 games of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like
with like a worse running back too.
Exactly. So like DJ Moore had more touchdowns. DJ Moore had more touchdowns in the first 4 games of Wilkes being coached than he did the first 8 or 9 games under Matt Rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I get it. We're new team, new pieces, especially on offense. But it's like we're going backwards again when we were finally excited to be going forward. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, like can we be excited to watch Panther football again? Like let's at least get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I want to welcome Stephanie Washington to the show. Was good. Welcome in. Thanks for being here with us. Let's see. Any other games that stood out to you? I know the Chargers, Tennessee, man, that was rough. Definitely. Oh, the Cardinals too. The Cardinals throwing out their Cardinals showing heart. They're showing heart. They're showing that they can play for like 2.5 quarters. But that was crazy. They blew a 3-score lead late against the Giants.
They blew that lead on purpose.
Yeah, what happened? This is the second week in a row where they had like big leads and then they just like fell apart. Like that's pretty crazy.
I don't know why they want that first round pick so bad next year, but like the Giants are horrible, dog. Matt Jones sucks. Matt Jones, sorry, Daniel Jones, he's horrible, bro. Dog, he's been horrible. He ain't ever been good. They paid him for no reason, in my opinion. Like he's not a good quarterback, and the Cardinals allowed him to look good in the second half of that game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just a lot of Cardinal fans say they did it on purpose. There ain't nowhere in the world you did that on purpose. Y'all was up 20-0 at halftime, and y'all ain't scored no like. They scored 31 points. They didn't score for 6 quarters. They came in the second half and scored 31 points. I just feel like they Cardinals are who the Cardinals are. That's what they are. They're not gonna change my DNA. It's nobody who you gonna bring in gonna change that unless you change the ownership and all that kind of stuff. But the Cardinals are the Cardinals, you know. So just being there, being up, you could tell they would relax, and the Giants didn't give up. As soon as they scored that first touchdown, I said, "Oh, they in trouble."
You see that coming.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I really don't. He's not a division. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I still don't think he's ever had a good receiver. So I just think he does what he have right now. And then you got Saquon Barkley. I think that his career it's gonna be basic, man. I don't think he's gonna be that guy he came out of college and thought he's gonna be. I think he's
got injured again.
Yeah. And I don't know. If I say what you're saying, though, Tracy, but I think he's a decent quarterback. I think you put him on a team with some decent, like to me, if you put him on the Jets right now, I think he'll thrive. I really do. I think he'll be a setup team for him. He can move. He's mobile. He can throw the ball until he have a good lineup. But I think he don't have a shot right now. But I think you trade quarterbacks, put Wilson on the Giants, and put him on there, you'll see a big deal.
Yeah, Jets are
actually on that. Sure. Yeah, he is pretty solid from that standpoint for sure. Let's see other games. The Bears, man, they got beat down again. The Bucks are looking okay, but we'll have to talk about them more a little bit. The Chiefs held on against the Jags. That was a pretty low scoring game, surprisingly. I know that was all right. I'm still not really worried about the Chiefs. I just feel like they're just still getting together, kind of.
What happened to the Washington game? I thought they was.
That's another one. So Denver was up, I think.
Yeah.
3 scores, and Washington came back and ended up winning it. But Denver blew it, and they're another 0-2 team with the new coaching staff, and with Russell Wilson trying to get back right. So that was a big one too, because they were up big on Washington.
That could have been
probably Russell Wilson's best game as a Bronco, and they still didn't win that game. Like they
could have been 2 teams on the division, could have won all in one, because Washington lost last week too, right? Or they 1-1.
No, Washington won last week. They beat the Cardinals last week.
Yeah,
that's right.
So they're 2-0.
Yeah.
So Seattle had a bounce back game against the Lions. That was pretty good to see. Seattle's a tough team, man. They can really run the ball and they can score. Geno Smith, I'm happy for him. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Rams 49ers was another surprising one. The Rams were looking pretty solid. I kind of expected more from the 49ers, even though the 49ers are playing really well too, I guess. I don't know. It's funny.
Did you watch that game?
I watched some of it. Some of it, but not.
That should have been a blowout. The 49ers missed like 4 touchdowns that they I as much as I love Brock Purdy, like he really failed them this week. Like he missed like 4 touchdowns. That should have been a blowout.
Gotcha.
Nice division game. Keep it close, but that game shouldn't have been close. They were smacking the.
How did the Packers lose that game too?
Oh man,
that was another tough one. The Falcons just kept playing though hard, and man, I needed Green Bay too in my parlay. Man, that was messed up.
I know.
I still got them on one though. I still got them on the secure the bag though because it was plus 1.5. So I snuck in there with that one.
I think that was the only one I got. Everybody else missed it by like a half a point or something.
Yeah. The Cowboys, they did their thing again.
Yep.
They looked a little bit better on offense because they actually had to do a little bit more on offense.
Against a good defense, too.
Yeah, against a good defense.
Great defense, man.
So I was okay with the field goals in the fourth quarter. I was fine with that, the way things were panning out. Nothing to really get risky about. Yeah. And I was just happy that the defense did their thing again, even though they gave up like basically one big play the whole game.
McCarthy doing a decent job. I think he's doing pretty good. So because it's like we always were predictable. Like Trish was saying about this team, like we already knew what he was going to do. and he's doing different things. Like I still not. Dak still haven't got me out of the scary house yet. I still think he gets some pressure on. I'm not confident in him all the way yet, like I was before in years past. But
he almost threw a pick six to Sauce.
Yeah. So
if Sauce catches that's to the end zone.
Yeah. It's a different ball game. So it's just something like that. I'm happy he didn't catch it, but I'm like he can't do too many because somebody's gonna get those. So I'm just waiting until week 5 when we play.
I can't wait for week 5, dog.
Like, I don't care. I don't care. Week 4 we gotta win that game. So
yeah, I think honestly, right now, I think week 5 determined who's at the top of the NFC. You know what I mean? Truthfully, like I think that
the tiebreaker and everything.
Yeah, I think both San Francisco and Dallas have both really good defenses. I'd say San Francisco's offense is a little better toned right now, but I think Dallas' defense is better than San Francisco's right now. So I know Dallas wants their get back, but I think week 5 literally will say like who's going to be at the top of the NFC, going forward. That's going to be a really, really, really good game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'll be good, but like I was saying last week, like I love that it's so early because like we can really just get a little bit of a test. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's like the pop quiz. That's like the midterm. You know what I'm saying? It's to be the final, so we can see how we're measuring up and then see what we got to work on. But I just think the 49ers will still have a chance to have a better record just because of their division versus like we got to play the Eagles twice. Like that's still tough. So I think that's why I'm like I'm not too worried about that. Just as long as when it comes time, we can do what we got to do. But I do think that'll be a great game, though. I'm excited, but I'm not going to make too much of it one way or another.
It's going to be good.
All right, let's do a quick exercise, though. I wanted to talk to you guys about little like a contenders and pretenders type of thing. But we got the teams that are going up. All these teams are 2-0. We got the 2 AFC teams at the top, and then we have actually 2 divisions with 3 teams here. And then, of course, we got the 49ers that we just spoke about. So I wanted to kind of look at these 2-0 teams, and Slackers, if you guys can help us too, which one of these teams is fool's gold? Which one of these teams is really not like as good as they may seem being in the 2-0 club?
Of course, the Saints and the Falcons. I'm gonna say that, and the Buccaneers. All 3 of them.
It is interesting that
they're contenders or pretenders.
Pretenders.
Oh, okay,
like fool's gold.
Me too. I was like, nah.
Yeah. And it's funny that they're all in the same division too. So like in a bad division, like somebody has a lead, kind of like, or somebody has a chance to use this as a springboard.
2 of them played the Panthers already though, so that's some gimme wins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Falcons beat them and the Saints just beat them. So, but Falcons, Desmond Ridder is not good. Yeah, he's young too, but like until he's better or they get a new quarterback, they're not going to be able to get there.
Yeah. And we got Pops chiming in. He says the Commanders are pretenders, and I agree with that one too, just because they've had like 2 like late comeback wins and not really too serious. Yeah, and
2 bad teams too. Like they played 2 bad teams.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost lost them both.
I'm not sure about the Ravens or not. I just know that they have their injuries and that things are like kind of stacking up against them a little bit, but they look pretty good too. So that is one I'm iffy about. I'm not sure. But as far as like the Dolphins, Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys, I think those teams are really good teams. I'm actually really impressed with the Dolphins.
I see Pop's not going to get up the Redskins name, huh?
Yeah,
he's too old school.
Pop said, Mama named them Redskins. I'm going to call them Redskins.
I agree.
Has no faith
for sure. Pop's doing the same thing. Come on.
The old heads. I'll say old heads.
Odell out already for the Ravens.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, here's his ankle. He went out of the game. You know what I will say though? Zay Flowers that boy is looking real nice. He's not getting enough
he's
love.
He's so small, man. He's gonna take that one hit, man.
Yeah, he's nice.
Scary.
That boy is shifty. That boy is super shifty. But I think he, even with Odell healthy, is their new number 1 receiver. Like, there's finally a receiver that's getting 6 to 7, receptions a game on that team, which never happens unless it's Mark Andrews. So, shout out to them finally using one of their receivers. It's about time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I think that we got that pretty well sorted. The NFC South pretty much is all pretending, but we'll go from there. Oops, my bad. How I'm going backwards somehow. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the flip side, and we're going to talk about the teams that are 0-2. And I want to see which one of these guys or which one of these teams you think may be better than it seems and may have a chance to actually make the playoffs.
Bengals. Last 4 years. Oh, go ahead. Go, Marcus.
I'm sorry. I was going to say Bengals in charge. That's all I see.
Yeah. I'll say Bengals. In the last 4 years, Joe Burrow has started the season. In the last 4 years, in the first 2 games, Joe Burrow is 1-7. And then they end up changing things around. So I wouldn't count the Bengals out just yet. Honestly, I wouldn't even count the Vikings out yet. I wouldn't say they're contenders, but they've been in their games. You know what I mean? But
yeah, that was my team. I was going to say the Vikings. I actually think that they're pretty good. They just, they basically shouldn't have lost that first game. And then against the Eagles was going to be a tough task.
Yeah,
but also, like, when I look at their division, like, I don't think anybody's really tripping about the Bears, the Packers. The Lions might not be as good as they seemed.
For real.
So
barely beat the Chiefs and then lost to the Seahawks.
I'm with you guys on the Bengals. I think that they should improve too. But Marcus, you said the Chargers. Like, do you think that there's like anything lingering from like the last year's playoffs, or what's up with the Chargers like just blowing these games?
They just have injuries, man. They always injury prone. Whoever the trainer is, he need to go in and get some calcium. Basically, got to drink some milk, and they'll be fine, man. They don't drink enough milk in there, man. They be get hurt. So you know how.
I feel you.
Eckler was out this game too. He missed this game, and
their
backup
part of the reason he didn't get paid.
Never does well.
Yeah, for sure. I am interested to see if Kellen Moore does a little bit better, but I don't think his play calling was too much of a problem so far from what I could see. But I did watch some of that Chargers Titans game because I had the Chargers in my secure the bag. So, all right. Okay, let's go on to another story. And this is kind of like a whack story. Like, I don't like to talk about this type of stuff, but it is what it is. We got to bring it up and we got to be fair, right? So we got the Bills owner, was basically named in a lawsuit and alleging to have said some things. And so I wanted to kind of talk about these and then this lawsuit and get it out there for now to see what happens with this. This probably will get brushed under the rug or whatever, but I want to see if something comes out of this. So anyways, the Bills owner was named into a lawsuit, and allegedly he stated this was in 2020 after the George Floyd, like amongst those type of tensions, and then like when they were trying to come back from the lockout and all that stuff, he allegedly stated that if Black parents don't like it, they should go back to Africa and see how it is there. And apparently there's like some kind of a record of him having said this, and so that's like the main person in the lawsuit, which I just think that's like a crazy thing to say, like in general.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like I said, like what's going to happen with this. But of course, as you guys know, we can't talk about racism in the NFL without our boy Jarrah.
Why'd you put it like that? Why you say it like that? Like, we can't talk about racism in the NFL.
I mean, because it just seems like that's how it goes.
You're right, man. You're right. That's just so weak.
This lawsuit also lower down says Jerry Jones. He was named in this, and Jerry Jones has since, denied and basically said this is patently false. But apparently there was like a conversation with this reporter and also Will McClay, who, as we know, like Will McClay is like really high up in the Cowboys organization, and he's like maybe like their fourth in charge. Like he's the first person not with the last name Jones that actually makes decisions. You know what I'm saying? And so apparently there was like a conversation about basically why there aren't more decision makers, like Black decision makers like Will McClay in the NFL. And Jerry Jones allegedly said if Blacks feel some kind of way, they should buy their own team and hire who they want. So I'm like, that's just all bad to me. It's not necessarily surprising, but I wonder, like, if it is true, what context it could have had in being in. But it's like, that's just all bad, man. Like, I don't know. Like I said, if anything will come of this, but
you know, we said that shit.
We know it. We know it won't. But not because I'm a Cowboy fan, but the guys at this age. That's who they are.
Oh, I mean, we know what's going on. Like,
yeah, so they're not going to change from that. And what Jerry said compared to what the other guy said, going back to Africa, that's a big difference to me too.
Yeah.
So like
Jerry
not
Jones,
gonna
80 year old billionaire who lives in Texas. He racist as hell. But like you said, like he kind of stuck in his own ways. I wish he'd stop saying blacks.
Take that word out the vocabulary.
Yeah. And he shouldn't say that. And I don't condone what he's saying. I don't agree with what he's saying, but Jerry Jones type of person, he would say that in front of a black person. You know what I'm saying? Because he feels like he's not trying to be racist, but that's just how.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Will McClay, who's black and he was like high up in the organization, like the highest that's not family. Like apparently was at like having this conversation with him and somebody else. Like and this is what allegedly was said. So like I don't know. Like it's just crazy though.
The Bills owner got to go though. He got to sell the team. You got to go.
I don't know. Like it's crazy. I don't think anything. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but one thing we got to do, and it's not off subject. One thing we got to do is, of course, we don't like racism, but we got to understand too, racism is not going anywhere. It never will go anywhere. It's going to be here forever. It's leading going away. Like I think the generation now, the younger generation, like they wouldn't really taught that, but our generation was taught that. So I think from Jerry, from his sons, they was taught that. I think his grandson, I think there'll be a difference from that. I think they'll won't be like that. You know what I'm saying? I think the world's changed from that, but I think from when Jerry died, his son, they're gonna still be like that. But when his grandson maybe be the owner, maybe that generation will change things. But racism is not gonna go anywhere. We can say our opinion, say what we're gonna do, but it's not gonna change these people. They're gonna be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel that
someone who's
too.
Racist is gonna raise his kids to be racist. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, we know like hate is not necessarily like ingrained, right? It's taught like in this past.
For sure.
But I mean, I will say that like I do think like I get what you're saying, Marcus, and I agree like that it's more going away or that it's getting like less, you know, the further we get away from the civil rights era and from slavery and all these other different types of things, and not just against, you know, black people, but any type of minority, like the further we get away from that, I think that things are lessening. But it's like at the end of the day too, like maybe not racism, but like everybody has bias. Like everybody has like prejudices and things that like their mind makes those connections and that you can't really, but it's what you do with it and how you act upon it. And if you believe in it, that's kind of the difference. But yeah, it is kind of crazy though. I did want to get to some comments too. Unk says it's sad. Do we still have to address this sort of BS? And it is true. And that's why I started off with saying like, I don't want to like to talk about this stuff, but I'm like, we're going to put it out there, you know, because this is, you know, a part of what's going on, and we'll see where it goes too. Grace said, "Sad what some can get away with, yet so much love and support," and that's for real. And it's exemplified by this next comment. What Jerry said is true. Pop says, "You can't change these old rich men, but Jerry loves his players, and I love him because he rejuvenated our boys. Jerry is the NFL." Yeah, that's, you know. Unk says, "I think the mentality too is soon to die out. A shame that folks still have this mentality in 2023. Pop says, "Racism will never end." And then maybe he was going to say more, but yeah. So anyways, like I said, you know, we talk about what's going on, and, you know, this is a sports show, but obviously, you know, sports intersects with life, like, and it's like a big part of what we do. Right. And, you know, so it's like we got to talk about these things, even though this is whack to think about and talk about. So, yeah, we'll move on from there, though. And again, we'll see how this progresses. But maybe this is the last time it ever comes up in the news. Maybe we never hear about it. Who knows? But I did want to remind you guys, secure the bag every Thursday at 3 p.m. We're going to be doing our picks. We'll be going over how we did. And like I said earlier, I was upset with the Steelers, man. Their blitz, man, their defense. The Browns, the way they folded at the end of that game. And part of it is because this guy, Anthony Weston, and I ended up tied because he had the Steelers. So congrats to Anthony Weston. 2 weeks in a row. Now he is dominating 2023 so far.
We coming for you, though, Ant. Don't get used to that.
Yeah.
We coming for you, brother.
We definitely got to knock him off
look
right
at your
now.
picks, and I'm gonna copy.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have you start mailing in your picks first, like early. You know what I'm saying?
No, because you know Kelly another one too. We need to them too.
Sneaky.
Be all right.
Sneaky, exactly. But yeah, so we ended up tied, but he got the tiebreaker, and because he had that last final Monday night game right. So that's what's up. But definitely thank everybody for participating in that. I love that. And we'll be back for Secure the Bag on Thursday, where we'll do our week 3 picks. So that's what's up. All right, let's keep this thing moving. We really don't have too much NBA news. So we're gonna get through this really pretty quickly. But we got Kelly Oubre Jr. signing with the Sixers, and this is really the only one of the only new signings that's happened in over a month. So I just wanted to see what Pops thinks about this.
I don't understand why it was breaking news. They were like, breaking news, Kelly. I'm like, he don't even start.
Because this news is there's starved for NBA news. There's nothing on the landscape right now.
Pretty much.
But yeah,
trying to figure out if your boy Dame going to the Heat. We trying to figure that
out. You know what's funny? So Pat Riley basically came out and he basically shut him down. He was like, you know what? He was like, we're here when you're ready, Portland, because Miami holds all the leverage, right? Dame essentially said, Dame said he'll suit up for whoever team he's on at the beginning of the season, right? That's just how he is. He's gonna play it regardless. But Dame also said he don't want to play for nobody but Miami. So no other team is reaching out really about Dame because they're like, if he ain't going to play here long term or doesn't want to play here, we don't want him. We're not going to give up 4 first-round picks and assets for a guy who don't want to be here. So it's really in Portland's court. Portland just needs to give him up. I get it.
Get over it.
Yeah, there's egos involved, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. But they're not going to get for him what they want or what they're asking. And Miami's like, we're not gonna release the bench or release everything and everybody for you. So give them up for what we're offering or hold on to them. So you know what I mean. Miami's like, we just got to the finals without him. You know what I mean. So for them, it's just basically we're okay. When y'all are ready, y'all holler at us. Pat Riley's a beast, man. He literally came out and was just y'all do what y'all want. We'll be here when you're ready.
The Godfather, one of the old heads of NBA that's left over. But it's interesting to see though what will happen. But I was gonna talk about, I did want to mention too, that we're basically only 2 weeks away. This Thursday, 2 weeks from Thursday is October the 5th, and that's gonna be the first preseason game. It's gonna be in Dubai, the Mavericks versus the Timberwolves, which should be pretty cool. But it's dang, thinking about that, I'm then training camps basically got to start at least a couple days before preseason does. So we're only a couple weeks away from camps starting pretty soon.
Yeah.
Mom's asked, did we talk about teams being fined for sitting stars? We haven't talked about that yet. The NBA has implemented basically new rules that's going to fine players, but it's weird because I wanted to get all the details of it, but apparently there's going to be exemptions. For instance, LeBron is exempt from it because of his age and his seasons and his minutes played and all this other stuff. So. But we'll definitely break that down before we get going on the season, because I do want to kind of talk about what that means. And really, I'm not sure it's going to make any difference, but we'll see.
True. It's funny, there are a lot of nuances that go into who qualifies and who doesn't. But I think at the end of the day, if you make a certain amount of money, it counts. You know what I'm saying? LeBron shouldn't be exempt. He's still one of the biggest, highest paid superstars in the NBA. He shouldn't be exempt from this.
Yeah, but he will be, because he probably put some kind of back, a little message back to them, I'm not going to be doing that. Right. Whatever. I don't know. They're well, we can't make an example out of him anymore.
Right.
But we'll see. But yeah, Pop says Oubre can score, but I'm still disgusted with the Sixers with Harden and Embiid. Yeah, we'll see if they finally do make a trade for Harden too, or if they just have him come back. But that's going to be super awkward after all their back and forths in the media. So we'll see. I did want to give a quick shout out to the WNBA. The playoffs have started. The Vegas Aces already swept their series, and there's a couple more teams going for a sweep tonight. But I wanted to shout out Stephanie Washington too. I think she caught the playoff game this weekend. So that's what's up. Stephanie, if you're out there, let us know how that was. But basically, this is the bracket, the 8 teams that made the playoffs, and there'll be one more round before we go to the finals. So, so that's what's up. Shout out to our WNBA ballers. Nothing else too crazy other than baseball race is kind of gearing up for the playoffs, and actually teams are starting to clinch. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Orioles. This is their first time going to the postseason since I think it is 2016. So that's a big deal for them, but they're actually a pretty solid team. I don't know if you've been tracking them, but this is kind of an interesting, magical kind of run that's come together. And it kind of reminds me in a little ways, not the same, obviously, but kind of like the Royals, where it's they had a lot of not necessarily star players that like grew in their roles and kind of became stars at the same time. So they're doing really good. So that's what's up with that. The other thing is the UEFA Champions League starts tomorrow, which I'm super excited for Arsenal. Arsenal is back in, and they were in. This is their first time since 2016, them being back in the Champions League. So definitely want to shout out to that. But if you're into big soccer, that's the best soccer tournament basically of all. So that's what's up. All right, now I want to talk about NCAA. This is kind of where we'll end up. We did have some comments in the comment section already, but wanted to talk about the big game this week in Colorado versus Colorado State, and it drew 9.3 million viewers, which was a record for late night Saturday college football. It started at like 10 p.m. Eastern because it was like the late game and went until 2:30 a.m. Eastern, but people were watching and people can't get enough of Deion and the crew right now. But what are you guys' thoughts on Colorado, the game, the hit, all that?
The hit was crazy. Like that was targeting like a mug. Like, but it's it's really funny. A second ago you said the big game. Colorado versus Colorado State. It's amazing what Deion brings to the table, dog. No one cares about this game last year.
The last 10 years.
To say Colorado versus Colorado State, like this big what? What? Like that's crazy to say out loud. But man, Deion's got this team moving, man. They look good. I'm excited to see them playing. Like they're actually fun to watch. Like they're actually a fun team to watch play. So I think my biggest thing out of this when they asked Deion like if he'd ever coach in the NFL, and he said no because the players make too much money. They're not impressionable, right? And I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that he wants to coach. Like that's what it means. Like I want to coach. Like I can't do that his way in the NFL. So I love I hope he sticks by it. I hope he never goes to the NFL because what he does for these young men is phenomenal. So hats out to them, man. I love watching these guys play. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Earthly in the building. Appreciate you, Earthly. The fans were there since 7 a.m. It's crazy. Like they definitely got the buzz going. They talked about like there was like an estimated like $18 million in revenue brought to the city, like just from people like tourism kind of people coming in. And then also the sunglasses, man. I wish I would have been able to buy stock in them. But apparently they sold like over $1 million worth of those blenders glasses because they came out with like a Coach Prime version. So it is crazy. But one thing I think it is what is like even more wild about it is like he has been able to do this at Colorado, but like they were already doing this like at Jackson State, and he was like building that hype. But it's like that, like it's just not like just taking it to the next level is pretty dope. But it's kind of funny that they were kind of talking about like they hit hard, like they're fast, like in the HBCU too. Like this is like not really that different. It's just kind of like a bigger stage. So
exactly.
But yeah, we got the rankings over there too. And I was gonna get to these comments too, but Pop says disgusted with CSU coach, clearly targeted Sanders and Hunter trying to hurt them. Sad that everyone is so jealous of him for his success. Sorry that kid got death threats.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Is it though?
He said
I'm just playing.
I know what you mean. Like
coach is trash.
It's one of those things where it's like he definitely did it, you know what I'm saying? But like death threats to a kid.
Yeah, it's just a game. No, I was just joking on say that it's just a game. But at the same time, I was disappointed into the Buffaloes because there's no way he blatantly did that. Looks at your guy, your best player on your team. He ain't the one. He's the best player on your team. He looks at him like whatever, and he walks away and stays in the game. Don't get ejected.
That's what killed me.
And none of y'all did anything. Like when I played, I guess it's a Texas thing. In Texas, something like that, we have a play for that. Like we have plays for people doing stuff.
Call it out.
That was for referees and that was for players. You do something else, we had a play, or we did something like gonna get you back. And I watched that whole game looking like I'm looking for when it's gonna happen, and nobody touched him. He walked out the field. There's no way you would have did anything to him. So I didn't like that part. And I think Deion got to talk to his son because I think he's a little too emotional before games. You're the quarterback. You can't be like talking to people, doing all that kind of stuff. Let the defensive guy do that, or some guys who's not going to do that much. Let them do that, because I think you're the quarterback, and you have to have a certain kind of mindset. I think he's doing too much. That's the reason why I think the game was close too, because he wasn't focused, And then Travis Hunter got hurt too, so they got to kind of calm down. I love Deion, but the test is coming up now. You got these next back-to-back weeks. We're gonna see all the praise. So if you beat Oregon, then I'm like, I think you're gonna lose. I think you're gonna only have one loss if you beat Oregon next week. But you got Oregon State, you got USC, you got UCLA. So that's the thing. That's what's gonna kind of come down to what you guys are about. So I hate that they got that much hype on them right now. Like the ESPN going to their thing all that week 3. It's just too early because now you're putting the pressure on you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I thought Deion would be like, "Hey, don't come over here right now. Let's get our foot under us first like that." But to me, it's doing too much right now. Because when they start losing, people gonna be like, "Oh, I thought you guys was that good." But it's your first year. You're not gonna beat some team that's all established like that, like USC established and Oregon State and Oregon. So I'm trying to see how people gonna act when they start losing games, because they're gonna lose at least 4 games this year. So we'll see how it goes with that.
They should lose some of those better teams. I will say this too. Hunter, like that kid is so good. He's literally the best player on the team, right?
Yeah, he plays both ways.
And I think that I feel like Coach Prime, wanting him to play both ways, I feel like he shouldn't have. He got to pick one or the other. Like the times are different, you know what I mean? The game's played so much faster.
Or at least not full time.
He's not, but like it's still.
No, I'm saying like he's doing it full time. Like at least not full time. Like pick some
Deion didn't do it. Deion, when he played both ways, he didn't do it the whole time.
Yeah. But I just like if I hate to say it, but if he wasn't on offense, that probably doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just one of them things where it kind of sucks. I hope the
kids he's on. But is he a defensive guy first or offensive guy first?
Defensive guy first, I believe.
Yeah, he's a corner first.
I thought he was a receiver first.
No, he's a corner first.
Oh,
he does everything so well. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't even know. Yeah.
But
you're right. He don't get her on defense. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. If he's on the defensive side of the field, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what I mean? But just one of them things where it's like.
Yeah, and he's only going to be out for a couple of weeks, though. Hopefully, he's all right sooner. But
a couple of weeks is the game they need him this week.
I know. Yeah, but maybe that's I don't know. But we'll see. Kelly says, that was only pre-sale. The glasses aren't even out yet, making so much. That's crazy. $1 million pre-sale of those. Unc says if Colorado gets past the next 3 weeks, that's the real test. I don't really think so, but I don't know. Pop says you have to let the kid play and fulfill his dreams. His doing both will get him drafted higher. But still, bring him in on special offense, every once.
But he gotta get
Earth
there.
Says can't put limits on him. It is crazy though. He's literally playing double the plays of every other player on the field. And
how many
playing at the highest level?
First 2 games,
over 200.
200.
And he said he told him he could have played another game. Come on, man, that's crazy.
He's I'm ready to go. I'll play.
Pops, I see what you're saying, Pops, about living his dream, but I think his dream is to make it to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? If he ends up hurt too quick, he's not gonna get there. I think he's talented enough to get there as a cornerback. So let's just get him drafted first.
Yeah, I feel it. So this weekend though, I got this graphic off of X. This is all the big games from this upcoming weekend. So it's going to be some primetime viewing. And Unc was asking, how is Notre Dame in the top 10? Well, they are playing Ohio State. That's going to be a really great game. Maybe they won't be in the top 10 after this week, but we'll see, man. I don't know. I kind of think Ohio State might not be the same this year as scary either.
Yeah.
I did want to talk about the Alabama game too. I don't know if you guys saw, but they basically stunk up the joint. Saban played the second and third string quarterbacks, basically sat Milroe, and then ended up now this week announcing that Jalen Milroe will be the starter again after he was basically the starter of the first 2 games. So Alabama is looking a little bit of a mess. They actually, after winning, dropped down 3 spots, so now they're at number 13. But it's going to be interesting. They play Ole Miss this week. That's going to be tough.
I love it so much. Keep going down.
Alabama might have gotten saved by the rain delay too. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. When you're a team and you're riding hot, because they were beating Bama. You know what I'm saying? It was close. So when you go into the locker room for a long period of time, you slow down, you're a little sluggish, your mood changes. You know what I mean? I feel like
gave them
that
time to do the adjustments they needed to do.
exactly. I feel like it really helped Alabama. Like I don't know if they probably still win the game, but they barely won that game.
Yeah, it was.
Not what Marcus
It was
love to
embarrassing.
see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Love to see it.
For sure. I do think that Florida State Clemson is going to be pretty good, but I think that Florida State should throttle them, and I'm just excited to see that. Basically, then put them back in their place where they should have been before. But yeah, that Colorado Oregon, that's going to be a tough one. I think Oregon's defense is like really, really good. So we'll see what how they handle Colorado, but everybody will be watching. That's for sure. That'll be a big game. All right, but that's the end of our slideshow for today. We don't have too much else going on. I'm gonna go ahead and drop us back into the full view. And yeah, I just wanted to. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to mention, or do you want to try to play a game?
Sean, I was going. You could play a game.
Go for it.
Just shout out our little nephew August. Like happy birthday again to him. We had a good time with them over there. So it was pretty good. Shout out to Kelly for inviting us over. So yeah,
that's what's up. Yes, that's what's up. He was super excited for sure. And I had to sneak out of there a little bit early, man. But shout out to Big August.
You could just see through the years I've been knowing, like the last 4 years, like you can see him growing up and like how he acts and talks now. So it's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, most definitely, for sure. I'm glad too, with your kids and stuff, we can continue to get them together though. So that's what's up. Earth asked too, did y'all go over the pick'em rankings? We didn't go over them.
Hey, why we gotta go rankings and stuff, dog? We gotta go rankings. We know who wins. We didn't do no rankings. We ain't trying. Don't do no rankings, dog. We didn't do that. We just know who won, who didn't win.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough for me.
You want to know? Okay, you pull my arm. I'm 17 out of 18, dog.
If you must know,
must know.
To my rankings.
No, it's crazy though. But Anthony's definitely got the lead since he's won the first 2 weeks in a row. That's for sure. So, but yeah, he's doing good on that one. But yeah, but Earthly, he said, yeah, Pops. Anthony won again, Pops. We need you to help us take him out. But that's what's up. Let me see if I could do this little quiz. I honestly don't know about it, but we got 7 minutes. So I was thinking, let's just see if we can try to do this little quiz. I saw it earlier and I was like, I'm gonna save this for Slack later. So let me just share my screen real quick and we'll see if we can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be test your football knowledge with this vintage logo quiz. Okay, so we're gonna see how many of the vintage logos we can name. Oh,
gotta be Steelers, right?
Yeah, that's the Steelers. Dang, I'm sorry about all this craziness over here. That's definitely the Steelers, especially just because of how it looks, huh?
Yeah.
Boom, 1962.
God,
black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
That's easy.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah, Baltimore.
That's like the first year they came out right there, boy.
Right. They were still trying to figure out what the logo, like the actual bird was gonna look like. They're like, let's just put a B. Oh, we know this one already.
It's too easy, man.
Looking like a car. Yeah, using context clues. That's for sure. We gotta use all the clues we can.
I think this will be harder for the next generation. We seen most of these logos before, so it ain't hard for us.
Broncos,
for sure.
Broncos. So
yeah, that's a cool one though. That's pretty tight. 1960. See, this is what was crazy though. I did realize though, like in the back of the day, they would like change their logos like a lot. Like now, right? Like once they got to like the 80s, 90s, like they just stuck with it. Basically, it very rarely changed.
Hey, we should do
change like every 2 years.
We should do it. I seen a thing on social media. They were showing different young ladies the NFL logo. And they can't name them because I met somebody who knew every logo. Every team. I was shocked. I'm still shocked to this day. So we should. It
was like an interview on the street, like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Got you. That would be tight. I think this is the New York Giants, though.
That's a hard one
on that one.
I know, right? I think it's Giants
blue.
too.
So it can't be Titans. They wouldn't even back then. So it has to be either the Cowboys or the Giants.
Yeah.
I say
Definitely
Giants.
never the Cowboys.
Yeah.
See, he was like a big quarterback. 56 to 60. That's crazy.
Is that an actual player?
Oops. No, I don't know.
We don't even wear those no more, huh? We used to wear the white helmets on Thanksgiving. We don't wear those no more.
They're actually going to wear it this year again.
Oh, okay.
They're actually just barely bringing it back. But yeah, that's the reason actually why they changed to the silver is because they added a white logo to the outside and you couldn't see it on the helmet. So they changed to the silver. But once they changed to the silver, they didn't change again. We know who that is.
Baltimore.
The Baltimore Colts.
Oh, dang. They got 4 times on there. Like,
they try to trick us.
Yeah, they tried to get you on that one. Vermont.
Yeah, 61 to 78. That's pretty tight, though.
That's a pretty long one.
Ooh, that might be a tough
Cardinals
one.
team wore this one. Maybe Chicago.
Blues, right? Oh, Chicago. Yeah.
I think the double C's.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, 1920 to 1934.
I'm supposed to know that. Ain't nobody alive who did that.
Right. I was there.
Easy.
This Eagles was kind of fire, though.
That's the Reggie White right there and Ron Cunningham.
But this is Kelly Green, right? They're asking which version of green.
I think it is Kelly Green.
I think it's the Kelly Green.
And I want to say they did some there were some shirts out right now with the Kelly Green. I want to say it's Kelly Green. Yeah,
we got it.
I got that one wrong.
In 1996, the color logo and uniform switched to midnight green. That's the Donovan McNabb green. So, all right, that's what's up. I don't know. Oh, dang, we're not going to get through this all. No way. We might have to send it. Yeah, I didn't realize this thing until right now that was like tracking our progress. And these aren't too tough yet.
That's Deion right there, boy. Oh, Raiders.
The Raiders. All right, we'll do like a couple more.
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
Oh, right. That's weird.
Oh, who was that?
Maybe the Patriots.
Patriots?
Because the hat.
Yeah, it's the hat. I couldn't tell what that was at first. I was like, is that a seagull?
Luckily, it's multiple choice.
Right.
That's the Patriots again.
That was like their best logo, I think, to me.
I think so too. That one's fire. Nobody else had anything quite like that.
No, they won Sanders, right?
Yeah. Barry Sanders documentary coming out soon on Netflix. Would you guys be down for that?
Oh, I definitely gotta watch that. I want to see why you quit. I gotta see this.
Right.
That was their best logo too. I think the Buccaneers' best logo right here with Steve Young.
Yeah, that was tight.
Creamsicle. We already know this. This will be our last one.
Yeah,
we'll do that. So they can't stump us, man. We'll stop it right there, though. That was fun stuff, though. I just figured, every once in a while we would just do a little game, just do something different. Kelly said I was yelling Patriots. You didn't hear me. You got to yell it in the comments. That was a sad little lion for sure. Earthly, your Giants. See, on it.
He said Giants.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up. But all right, y'all. We'll go ahead and shut it down, man. I appreciate y'all being with us this week, each and every week, too, rocking with us. You know how we do here on Say Like a Champ. And we'll be back Thursday for Secure the Bag, but make sure you get those picks in and, play along and invite friends if you guys got friends that want to play along. And we definitely got to knock Anthony off his throne. So the more the merrier. We got to get that competition. We got to get him out of there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it there. And until next time, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Hey, go get some tacos, man. It's Taco Tuesday, man.
No way.
I have